Hello and welcome. I'm Cory Puffett, class of 2010 and a faculty member at DeMatha Catholic High School. I'm here with Connor Glowacki today, DeMatha's communications manager. With the NFL draft rapidly approaching, there are several stags in the mix. And with the help of head football coach Bill McGregor, we've reached out to these alums, and Connor and I will be interviewing them as a lead up to the draft. We'll then share these interviews via Facebook. After the draft, it is our plan to expand this platform outside of the athletic arena to include other members of the DeMatha community. It's our way of keeping Stag Nation engaged during this pandemic. On behalf of Father James, our president, and Dr. McMahon, our principal, and the entire DeMatha Catholic community, we thank you for your support. And now let's begin with our interview. DeAndre, thank you so much for joining me and Connor today.
Thank you for having me, man.
We really appreciate your time. We know that this has been a crazy time, really busy trying to balance a lot of different things amidst the pandemic. And so I'd like to go ahead and start right off the bat. I mean, we would have loved to have been able to try and get you up to campus and do an interview in person at some point leading up to the draft. But, you know, everything has to be done via Zoom these days because of social distancing protocols. How has this pandemic, how has social distancing affected your preparation for the draft?
I would say it slowed everything down. I mean, you can't really go out to a well facility and use all the freeways and get training one-on-one by your trainer. So it kind of slowed everything down. And now you don't know if it's going to be an NFL season or not. I mean, the draft is coming, but who says it's going to be an NFL season?
That's a very good point. Let's start kind of at the beginning at DeMatha. What are some favorite memories that you have from your time at DeMatha? Favorite teacher, a favorite moment?
Wow. That's a hard question. I guess I would say my favorite moment, I think it was my freshman year. We had ESPN at our gym, and we played Gonzaga. It was one of the greatest games I've ever seen in my life. As for favorite teacher, I know I'm going to get in trouble for this one. Because I have so many. I would have to say Miss Phelan, and she's not a teacher.
You know, but she is, though. She really is, you know, even though she may not, teach one specific class. I mean, she works with so many of our students in our academic support center. I mean, she's such a great asset to the DeMatha community. I mean, that's a great choice. You won't get in trouble for that one.
No, I hope not. I hope not.
Well, DeAndre, how did attending DeMatha, playing football at DeMatha, how did that prepare you for the success you had at Temple as a student and as a football player?
It prepared me very well. You know, it gave me it showed me how to deal with adversity, and I took that from DeMatha and I carried it on to Temple. So leaving DeMatha and going into Temple, it was a little difficult change, just because the speed of the game. I had the smarts of it, but it's just like how fast the game was moving, how fast the checks was going. That kind of slowed me down a little bit, but I redshirted and, I got better at it.
What was the most difficult part of that transition?
I would say not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Just catching the speed of all the checks and go from a simple playbook to a complex playbook. And then you know what I'm saying? Like you're a nervous freshman, so you don't really want to ask guys for help. And with my situation, I came from DeMatha. That's a household name. So they expect me to have it off bat. And I'm like, okay. So I kind of learned the playbook by myself, with the help of some other freshmen with me.
You returned to Temple this past fall after graduating in the spring with a degree in human development and community engagement. How's your postgraduate work going? And, what are you currently studying as a graduate student?
I'm not studying anything right now. I'm just put all my focus onto the draft and stuff like that. But I would say I have gotten some job offers to be a teacher and a guidance counselor.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you thought about what your next chapter will be when your football career eventually does come to an end? Obviously, we hope that that's no time soon.
Yeah. I wanna start a nonprofit. I want to work with kids. I want to work with low-income kids to show them that there is a way than the street life or whatever whatever they're currently into.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite NFL player growing up? And what is it about their game that spoke to you?
I'll have to say my favorite NFL player growing up is my mentor, LeVar Arrington. Just because the way he played the game, his passion, being around him all the time, and I see it. Like he's a freak of the game. Like he loves it. Like if it's not football, then it's football for him. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is with him.
That's a good idol to have. I grew up a Redskins fan, so I watched him. I remember when we got off to an 0-5 start with Marty Schottenheimer, and LeVar Arrington had a pick six against the Panthers in our first win of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I never got a chance to actually talk to him, but I have seen him at some track meets that when I was a youth track coach. He was always around the youth track meets in the Maryland area. So that's a good guy to look up to.
Yes, sir.
Well, DeAndre, as you were indoctrinated at DeMatha, DeMatha's had such a success with alum who have succeeded and played in the NFL. Obviously, name we speak of a lot, Derek Cameron Wake, class of 2000. And his story, interesting to a lot of, I think, younger players because he was an undrafted free agent in 2005 with the New York Giants. Only spent a couple months, but then became a star in the Canadian Football League for a couple of years, and then made it back to obviously have such a success at the NFL, 5-time Pro Bowler, 100 career sacks with both the Dolphins and the Titans throughout his career. Going into the question, you've spoken in your interview because Cameron Wake during his career had to switch positions from linebacker to defensive end. And you've mentioned in interviews about preparing yourself in case you need to make a position switch for your career. Have you gotten a chance to possibly speak with either Cameron Wake or any other DeMatha alums who have had to switch positions in the NFL, or just about their overall experience preparing and ultimately playing in the NFL?
No, I haven't. I pretty much I clung to LeVar and my trainer, Leonard Stevens. He helped me. He explained the game a lot. And my other trainer, Omar, he played in the CFL. He was actually in the CFL when Cameron Wake was in the CFL. And he told me firsthand that he could flat out go. It's just our story sometimes is our story, and that's what the route Cameron Wake took.
DeAndre, kind of going on top of that, how would it feel to have your name then added to that legacy of former DeMatha players?
Oh, my God. It will be a blessing. It will be a legit blessing because you got Cameron Wake. It's so many greats in DeMatha, the Grant brothers. And, oh, my God. It's just so many.
Too many to list, right?
Yeah, it's too many to list. And it's just, I will be honored. You feel me? I'll be honored. Juwan Bentley, a guy like him, all he's been through now, it's a big time name in DeMatha. I will be blessed.
On top of that, like this year in particular is kind of a big year for DeMatha. We've got 5 names going into the draft. In addition to you, we've got Chase Young, Anthony McFarland, Tino Ellis, Deontay Holden, who have all declared for the draft. Have you gotten a chance to talk to any of those guys about their draft experience, especially as unique as this year's draft experience is?
Oh, no, I haven't, actually. It's been so crazy with the coronavirus thing going, and then I'm trying to, get my tape out there and stuff like that. I'm constantly training, so no, I haven't gotten a chance to actually sit down and communicate with those guys, but I know they're doing great.
DeAndre, what advice would you give a current DeMatha freshman still in the beginning stages of his high school experience? And if you can add on top of that about a current DeMatha senior whose senior year obviously affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, and as they about to embark to college?
For a freshman, I would tell them, don't give up. DeMatha is going to be a hard place regardless because it's DeMatha. But you got guys like me, guys like Markel Fultz and just all types of guys that came through there, had a little, they was down on themselves, but they pushed through, they came out, and, they successful. As for a senior, going into college, this is one of the biggest moments of your life. You spend 4 or 5 years at a university, make it count. Make some great experiences, meet people, meet friends. I got friends to this day right now that I met freshman year. I thought I'd never, see again, but we constantly talking. make it your own. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to meet with us today, DeAndre.
Thank you for having me.
Obviously, it's a really busy time, so we do appreciate you making some time for this and for the DeMatha community. And we wish you the best of luck. There's not a whole lot else to do besides watch the draft next week. So I'll definitely be in front of my TV, and I very much hope to see your name called.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope we get called.
All right. Well, good luck with the rest of your training and the rest of your preparation. And we hope to be talking to you again at some point after the draft.
For sure.
With you on a team.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right.